Good morning, Sir Firdaus and everyone. My name is Kausalya Chandran and I'm presenting together with my teammates, which is Sarunamati, Venisha and Vishali. We are from Course Morphology and Syntax from Section 2. Next slide. Today we will present our group assignment which contains an introduction of morphology and syntax, description of dataset, morphological analysis, synthetic analysis, pattern and linguistic observation, discussion and conclusion. For my part, I will explain the introduction of morphology and description of dataset. Next slide. In my opinion, morphology is the branch of linguistics that studies the internal structure of words. It examines how small unit of meaning, known as morphemes, combine to create words. Morphemes are the smallest meaningful unit in a language, can include root word, prefix and suffix. For example, in the word unhappiness, un is a prefix meaning not. Happy is the root word and ness is a suffix that changes the adjective into a noun. Morphology also looks at inflectional morphemes, which changes a word to express grammatical information such as tense, number, or possession, and derivational morphemes, which create new words to change the word's category. Understanding morphology is particularly useful for English language teaching it because help teachers show students how words are formed and how meaning can be modified systematically. For instance, by learning the suffix "er", students can understand that create words such as teacher, driver, writer, or speaker. This not only improve vocabulary but also enhance reading, spelling, comprehension skills in the class. Next slide. Okay, next I'll be talking about syntax. Syntax, on the other hand, focuses on arrangement of words to meaningful and grammatical correct sentence. It studies how sentence elements such as subject, verb, object, or the modifier are organized to express idea clearly. Syntax also involves understanding order, clauses, structure, and sentence types, including simple, compound, or complex sentences such as in paragraphs or in essay. This knowledge is vital for teaching English, as many learners may struggle with sentence formation due to difference between their native language and English. For example, a student might say, "She very happy." Instead, we have to say, "She is very happy." By understanding syntax, teachers can explain why the correct form requires a linking verb and how sentence should be structured properly. Okay, next slide. Okay, next I will be talking about the description of dataset. For this report, we have selected a dataset of 15 sentences from the movie The Pursuit of Happiness from 2006. We chose the film because this dialogue represented authentic conventional English which mirrors how people communicate in real life. This makes it ideal for linguistic analysis. The dataset demonstrates several morphological features, including inflectional changes, such as plural form and sentence makeup, and derivational form that creates new words. It also includes syntactic features, such as modal verb, can or will, negative construction like don't, can't, won't, imperative sentence that give commands or suggestion, and conditional sentence that express possibilities or conditional using word like if, what if, example. Okay, by examining the dataset, we aim to show how morphology and syntax work together in everyday language. Morphology reveals how words change to carry meaning or grammatical information, while syntax show how these words are combined together into sentence to communicate our ideas effectively in daily routine. This analysis will help us better understand the relationship between word formation and sentence structure, which is crucial for English language teaching. In conclusion of my part, I will tell that the introduction and dataset section for our report provide a foundation for understanding how linguistic principles operate in real communication. Thank you. That's all from my part.
So good day, everyone. Now I will explain about the morphological analysis. Morphology is a part of linguistic that studies how words are formed. It helps us understand how words are built and how they carry meanings. It focuses on the internal structures of the words. This means we look inside a word uh, to see its more familiar, smaller parts. The smaller units of meaning in a word is called morpheme. Explain some examples of morphemes. First, we have root words. For example, the words happy can become happiness. When we add ness, it changes from adjective to a noun. Next, derivational morphemes. This change the meaning of the word type. For example, teach becomes teacher by adding which is er. Also, quick becomes quickly with adding the ly, which is the ly. Then we have prefixes. Prefixes are added at the beginning of word. For example, unhappy means happy and impossible means not possible. Finally, we have the inflectional morphemes. These do not change the meaning, but they give grammatical information. For example, running shows continuous action. Protected shows past tense and workers shows more than one person. So these examples helps us understand how morphemes work in forming a particular words. Next. So next I will be explaining about the syntax analysis. Syntax studies how words are arranged to form meaningful and grammatically correct sentences. It helps us understand how sentences are structured so that the meaning is very clear. In syntax, we look at different part of sentences. This includes the subject, which is the person or thing doing the action. Then the verb or predicate, which tell us the action. Next is the object, which receives the action. We also have complements which give us more information about the subject or object, and modifiers which add extra detail to make the sentences more specific. In the film dialogue, we can see natural spoken English, where different sentences structures are used in daily conversation. So syntactic analysis help us understand how sentences are formed and how meaning is created. Next. So this slide presents 4 example sentences, each accompanied by an analysis of its grammatical structure. The analysis breaks down each sentences into its own components, which is, for an example, subject, the noun or pronoun that perform the action or the verb. Verb is more to the action word in the sentences. Meanwhile, the object explains the noun or pronoun that receives the actions of the verb, which modifies the words or phrases that add details or change the meaning of the word in the sentences, such as adverbs or adjectives. It also points out the sentences patterns like subject plus verbs or subject, which is the S plus V plus O. That's the explanation of the subject, verb, or object. And it also identifies the type of sentences, for an example, which is the imperatives or comment sentences. The goal is, in conclusion, the goal is to provide a clear understanding of how sentences are constructed. So by understanding this, we can get to know about the languages more better. So that's all from me. I will pass it to the next presenter. Thank you.